ישמח לבבי, אשיר לך וארנן ואנעים בקולי, חביבי חדנאי, ישמח לבבי, אשיר לך וארנן ואנעים בקולי, חביבי, חביבי, חביבי חדנאי, חביבי, חביבי, חביבי יפה העין, חביבי, חביבי, חביבי חדנאי, חביבי, חביבי, חביבי יפה העין, ישמח לבבי.
On behalf of the committee and rabbinical team of the Sassoon Yehuda Sephardi Synagogue, may I welcome everyone here today. For those who don't know me, hi. I am Joanne Levy. I'm president of this wonderful synagogue. Our Kehillah is honoured to have so many guests, including David Southwick MP, member for Caulfield, the Honourable Michael Danby, and so many Rabbanim, including Rabbi Figdor, Rabbi Rabin, Rabbi Eli Gutnick, Rabbi Stern, Rabbi Goldblatt, Rabbi Eisenschmidt. We're disappointed that Josh Burns, MP, Federal Minister for Macnamara, had to unfortunately cancel at the last minute. Today is a momentous occasion as we welcome a new Sefer Torah to our synagogue. A president cannot be a good leader without a rabbi. And I thank Rabbi Benji for all the support he has shown me over the past few years. I am grateful that he returned as our rabbi in April 2021 for his leadership of the rabbinical team, his ongoing advice and assistance to me. Please welcome Rabbi Benjamin Kessley, our rabbi, to say a few words. Thank you.
The board, the committee of the synagogue, the president, Joanne. First of all, thank you for all your hard work and everything that you do for the kehillah, for the community. And I must say, I haven't told you before.
Hello.
Back in 2019 when you told me, it was 2018 actually, one of those years.
2018.
Step up as the president of the Beit Knesset. The first thing I did was contact Morenu Maran in Yerushalayim. And I said, is it okay that we have, not to be misogynistic or whatever, but to have a female president in the Beit Knesset? Not because I didn't want a female president, chas v'shalom, but a female president has to talk, has to be part of the minyan, part of the keilah. I asked him, he said, does she have a fear and love of heaven? I said, yeah. Does she give psak halacha? I said, no. Is she going to lead the keilah on the right track? I said, yes. And he said, what's the problem?
I didn't know that.
Now you know. So from then on, you've taken our kehillah, our community, from strength to strength, and everything that we've seen in the past 2 years, I think there's been more happening in the past 2 years than has happened in the past 7 to 8 years that I've been in this community. Chazak u'baruch, and we should get this up. I also want to thank the rest of the committee, the board, for their ongoing support. It's very rare to find a committee where the rabbi gets what he wants, and when he asks for something, he gets what he wants, but it's happened, and not to be all, again, egoistic, but I think the kehillah has grown because of it. And we've grown in Yirat Shamayim, we've grown in Torah, we've grown in every way possible, physical, financial, spiritual, everything in the past few years, and it's all because of teamwork. Chazak baruch to everybody. I just want to share a few words, some brachot. I don't want to, it's not the Monday night, Wednesday night shiur or the drasha on Shabbat. Another 2 minutes maybe, approximately. But I want to share just a few words, a bracha for our community with the new Sefer Torah. Just the other morning, I was awoken by my own children. And they weren't screaming anything, they were screaming a pasuk of the Torah. They were jumping on their beds, 6 o'clock in the morning, I don't know what they were doing, but they were singing Torah Tziva Lanu Moshe Morasha Kilat Yaakov in the Chabad tune they learn in Kreishin Kinder. And I said, it's a fantastic thing, the kids are singing Torah Tziva Lanu Moshe Morasha Kilat Yaakov. And I know I gave a drasha many years ago, I think it was actually Jordan's bar mitzvah with that same pasuk. And I want to draw on what I said, continue what I said from those many years ago. And actually, the Levi boys are testament to what I'm about to say. They're proof. The kids all come back from Kreish, from Kinder, they're singing Torah, Siva, Lanu, Moshe, Morasha, Kehilat, Yaakov. What does it really mean? In English it means, the Torah was commanded by Moshe to us, Morasha, Morasha, hold the word there, Kehilat, Yaakov, for the congregation of Jacob, for the children of Israel, us. The word is Morasha. When we look in the Chumash, when you look in the English translations, unfortunately the Jewish world has gone a little bit backwards and we can't open up a Chumash anymore and read just the Lashon Kodesh. We have to look in the translation, some of us. I'm not mentioning any publishers' names, but they actually translate it as inheritance. It's incorrect. The word for inheritance is Yerusha. Whether you use it in Yiddish, whether you use it in Lashon Kodesh, it's Yerusha. Yerusha means inheritance. The word Morasha means heritage. Completely different. Different words. When you look at the word inheritance, Yerusha, what happens when you have a Yerusha? Lo aleinu, until 120, when somebody passes away, they give the Yerusha to their children, to their nieces, their nephews, family, whatever. They receive the Yerusha, and they can do whatever they want with it. You can take your grandparents, your parents, assets, millions of dollars, shares, estates, whatever it is, and you can do whatever you want with it. I can move the money here, I can move the money there, I can move the money there. They choose what they want to do with it. I know some people who've blown it in the casino, or put it all in one basket on shares, and they've lost it all. They burn it to the ground in 2 seconds. That's inheritance, that's Yerusha. The Morasha is different. Morasha means a heritage. When you want to knock down a building that's heritage, you go to the government, Mr. Southwick. What happens? The government usually says no. Why? Because you can't change a heritage. You can't change a person's heritage. You can change your Yerusha, you put it from place to place, but a heritage you can't change. Very hard to change a heritage. So what is the Torah? Torah tziva lanu Moshe Morasha Kehilat Yaakov. It's not an inheritance, it's a heritage. The Torah is our heritage. Unfortunately, there are Jews out there, lo aleinu, and I'm proud to say it's not our kehillah, it's not our congregation, who want to change things. I don't like this halakha, I don't like Shabbat, I don't like kashrut, I don't like taharat mishpacha, my wife doesn't want to go to the mikveh. It's outdated. I don't like it. That's Yerusha, that's inheritance. You choose what you want to do, pick and choose. That's not the Torah. You do not compromise with the Torah. That is what Moshe Rabbeinu was saying. We do not compromise. All 613, we do not compromise. Hashem wants me to eat kosher, Hashem wants me to eat kosher. Hashem wants you to go to the mikveh, He wants me to go to the mikveh. He wants me to keep Shabbat, He wants me to keep Shabbat. We don't pick and choose. Torah tziva lanu Moshe Morasha Kehilat Yaakov, not Yerusha Kehilat Yaakov. It's not inheritance. We don't get to pick and choose where we want to put each pasuk. It's a Morasha, a heritage. And it's different to a heritage that the government say. It's different. The heritage that the government says we can't touch. The Torah we can touch. Torah nehege yomam walayla. Torah day and night. We're allowed to touch it. We're allowed to use it. But we can't pick and choose. It's a heritage, but we are allowed to touch it. We're allowed to knock it down in a positive way. And that is what Torah is. And I think in this world, the world has gone, if I'm allowed to say, the world has gone mad over the past few years, even more. It is not the children that need to say, Torah tziva lanu Moshe Morasha Kehilat Yaakov. It's not the children. It's the parents. Us. It is us that needs to make the change. It is us that needs to not make the change. Thank God in our community. In our community, we don't need to make a change. But in the wider, outside world, we need to make the change. In our community, Baruch Hashem, we don't have to. But it's more important, more than ever in 2022, that we see the Torah as a Morasha and not a Yerusha. We shall not change anything. This Torah is testament. I want to give a bracha that this Torah is going to be our Morasha. And as I said before, with the Levi boys, with the Maya boys, my own children, the Samuel boys, all the other boys and girls that come to the Bet Knesset, that's testament to this Sefer Torah. This Sefer Torah, I can guarantee there's going to be a Morasha, Kehilat Yaakov, not a Yerusha, Kehilat Yaakov. In our community, we don't change anything. It's our Torah, it's an unbroken chain. And from this, I want to give a bracha that our forefathers, whether you're from Sana'a in Yemen, and from Aram Sova in Syria, and from Morocco, Fez, Casablanca, the lands of Andalus, Iraq, Pumbedita, doesn't matter where, that the songs, the tunes of Torah She'Ba'al Peh and Torah She'Bichtav, the tunes will continue in our community and forever, ever, evermore.
We now welcome David Southwick MP, member for Caulfield, to say a few words. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Joanne. Rabbi Benji, very inspiring words. Rabbonim, friends, what a wonderful occasion to be here, celebrating tradition, heritage, community, spirit, everything that makes our Jewish community here in Melbourne great. I was walking with some of our community just entering the shul here and saying, we are lucky. We are so lucky here in Melbourne, in our community to be able to freely celebrate our traditions, go about our lives, not a single police officer needed, because this is a state that celebrates and embraces who we are, and it should. And a couple of years that we should never ever go back to, where we lost freedoms, we lost the opportunity to be able to pray together, to come together. And it is for that reason why today makes things so special. The fact that this Torah is a community Torah. It's a Torah that's been anonymously donated, where the community can embrace and own and share. And that is so important, because it is, as the rabbi mentioned, about those traditions and those values that we all have, that we celebrate, that we embrace, and we must hold so dearly to us. It is important, now more than ever, that we have our friendship, our community, and our traditions together, particularly for us and our children. And it's great to see so many children here today. Joanne, thank you for your leadership. Truly amazing that someone steps up like you do, along with other board members, and I think we should give our president a big round of applause. Mazel tov. So, I think where I was here to celebrate the last Torah coming, and it's great to be back 10 years later and bringing this Torah in. Interestingly, my last overseas holiday was actually January 2020, just before the pandemic, and I visited India. And I visited a Sephardi shul in India for Shabbat, and I got to meet the community and understand the traditions and the history of that community. We had a fantastic Jewish tour guide that showed us all of the really important backgrounds and traditions of India. We came back, and then the next 2 years is pretty much history, as we all know. As I said, this is a wonderful community. You are small in numbers but strong in activity, because you embrace what you are. You wear who you are on your heart, which is so important. And as the rabbi said, it is so important to preserve those traditions. Just to say, hopefully the past is history, and the future is one where our freedoms should always be preserved, and the right to have prayer, to right to come together, to right to enjoy our family, obviously in a safe way, but to do that in a way that should never be taken from us. Mazel tov to all of you. Mazel tov to our shul. May this be yet another of many more simchas, many more Torahs. Anyone wanting to donate, we can find another one, I'm sure. And just thank you for what you do for our community, because it's synagogues like this that really ensure the traditions of the past remain so strong for tomorrow. Mazel tov, and thank you for having me here today.
Thank you, David, and thank you for being here. We know how busy you are. It is with immense joy and pride that I stand here today as president of this beautiful synagogue, welcoming a new Sefer Torah and welcoming you all today. On this first day of Elul, as we head towards Rosh Hashanah, we have started anew as a thriving, caring and amazing community within the Melbourne Jewish community. As I look around our beautiful synagogue, filled with the Kehillah and guests, it is almost unfathomable to believe that at the 2018 AGM, we were told by the then executive we would have to decide on whether to close down or sell the building. That was the catalyst for me to step up and nominate myself as president in 2019. I was determined that our Sephardi community would not fade away. Over the past 3 years, we've faced a number of challenges. It's been rocky and at times a trying path. In September 2020, I was grateful to be voted back in as president by the members, but this time I had a brand new committee. I am thankful to each and every one of them who has shown myself and this community such dedication, because without them, we wouldn't be celebrating this momentous event. We saw the return of our well-respected and well-liked Sephardi Rabbi Benji Kessler. We now have a charity, FOSSI, Friends of Sassoon Yehuda. Our kitchen is now certified kosher under Kosher Australia. We have provided care to both the Sephardi and wider Jewish communities with phone calls, visits, and the distribution of over 2,000 free kosher meals and care packs. We're blessed to have wonderful friendships with a number of synagogues and Jewish organisations, and so many are here today, and it's wonderful to see. Our synagogue is beautiful, spiritually and physically. I want to sincerely thank the member who has anonymously donated this beautiful Sefer Torah to our synagogue today. This Sefer Torah has been donated in honour of their parents. I cannot thank them enough for their generosity and the blessings that they are bestowing on us. May they be blessed with health and nachat for their support to our Sephardi community. For those of us who have contributed towards the fundraiser, the donor has allowed us to fulfill the mitzvah of writing our own Sefer Torah. We thank them sincerely for their generosity. And if you haven't participated, there is still time to do so. My prayer is that everyone today, as well as those in the Sephardi community, receive the blessings of this new Sefer Torah. This is such a special occasion for us. It is the start as we look to introduce new programs, learnings, and even more events over the coming year. I would like to thank and acknowledge the following people, the members who stepped up in September 2020 to form a new committee. They were instrumental in managing the synagogue through multiple COVID lockdowns and restrictions. Abraham Cohen, Lara Cohen, Jacques Levy, David Bracker, Markel Miller, Rosine Haller, Reuben Franklin, and Stephen Stern. Thank you. I thank our treasurer, Abraham Cohen, who has not only ensured our finances are correctly managed, but has also looked at long-term financial strategies for longevity. Avi and I are a good team. I thank him sincerely for stepping up into the treasurer role 2 years ago. We are blessed with a wonderful rabbinical team with Rabbi Benji Kessler as the lead, Yoel Meyer as our Baal Koreh, and Yoel Fogelgarn managing outreach and Shir Rim. We have Kovi and Moishi Meyer, who, as part of our Hazanut team, assist with services, and we've recently recruited Diane Stollard as coordinator for our FOSSI programs, including Chesed Rivka. So much has been achieved over the past 2 years. I thank the committee and rabbinical team for their incredible support to our community, as well as myself. Being a synagogue president can be a challenging job. I'm truly appreciative of those who have assisted me over the past 2 years, most notably Rabbi Hassan, Rabbi Shreki, Rabbi Figdor, Rabbi Stern, and Harold Goldberg, president of the South Caulfield Hebrew Congregation. I would also like to thank my family who do so much behind the scenes. My amazing husband and sons go above and beyond. Not only am I blessed, but so is the community. Their love and support allows me to be a synagogue president, to not only lead, but to create a strong, new foundation for our synagogue to ensure there is a thriving Sephardi community for the next generation. I want to thank everyone who has attended today, making the arrival of our new Sefer Torah so special. Thank you.